I mean, why do you want somebody? I just always told them, boys, I'm already married. I ain't looking for nobody. So please, I don't want nobody telling me they like me. Trust.
Sparky, hold on just a second. Hall of Fame Major League Baseball manager for 26 seasons, Sparky Anderson has joined us and you as we continue with more of you in Sports Byline.
If you snore or someone you sleep with snores, here's your dream come true. It's called Silent Snore, an all-natural breakthrough that's clinically proven to stop snoring with just one spray. I'm Dr. Ken Frank, and I snored for over 30 years until I developed Silent Snore. Now, with just one minty spray each night, I sleep soundly and silently. I love it, and so does my wife, who put up with my snoring for all those years. You see, unlike more costly products that coat your throat with an oily film and require spray after spray after spray, Silent Snore uses a safe, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredient to stop the tissue vibrations that cause snoring. An independent double-blind study confirmed that 90% of Silent Snore users stopped or significantly reduced snoring. I guarantee it will work for you from the very first spray on the very first night or your money back.
Call 1-800-967-0008 now and ask how you can get Silent Snore for just $19.95 per month, risk-free. That's 1-800-967-0008. 1-800-967-0008.
Stephen, it looks like we're about 2.5 minutes away.
If you snore or someone you sleep with snores, here's
2.5 minutes, and you want me to hit the cart?
It's called Silent Snore,
Okay.
an all-natural breakthrough that's clinically proven to stop snoring with just one spray.
Or if you're off a little, one way or the other, it doesn't matter.
Until I developed
It's in that
Silent
vicinity
Snore.
anyway.
Now, with just one minty spray each night, I sleep
What's
soundly
that?
and silently. I love it,
I see,
and so does my wife, who put up
we're
with
coming
my
up on
snoring
about
for
2
all
minutes
those
now,
years.
and like I say,
unlike
it
more
puts-
costly products that
we're
coat your throat with an oily
plus
film
minus
and
a little
require
bit. Either
spray
way, it
after
doesn't
spray after
it doesn't
spray.
matter.
Silent
Okay, I
Snore
got
uses
you.
a safe, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredient to stop the tissue vibrations that cause snoring. An independent double-blind study confirmed that 90% of Silent Snore users stopped or significantly reduced snoring. I guarantee it will work for you from the very first spray on the very first night or your money back.
Call 1-800-967-0008 now and ask how you can get Silent Snore for just $19.95 per month, risk-free. That's 1-800-967-0008. 1-800-967-0008. Call now. You work too hard for your money to just throw it away. Yet that's what so many people are doing with their life insurance. They're simply paying too much. This is Byron Udell, founder and CEO of Active Pro. For 15 years, we've been saving people thousands of dollars on their life insurance. One simple phone call to 800-875-2921 is all it takes to receive a free comparison showing the best values among hundreds of top-rated policies. For example, a healthy 40-year-old non-smoker can buy $500,000 in 10-year level term for less than $30 a month. A 50-year-old less than $60 a month. 20 and 30-year rates are also available. So if you're looking at life insurance or want to know if you're currently paying too much, call AccuPro at 800-875-2921. It's fast and easy. Write down this number, 800-875-2921, and start saving up to 60% right now. Or visit us on the web at AccuPro.com. Rate, policy forms, and availability vary by state. This is America's Sports Talk Show. Sports Byline USA. Here's Ron Barr.
This sports update is brought to you by Phillips. Starting off with men's college top 25 basketball. Number 2, Maryland is upset by NC State in the ACC tournament 86-82. Number 1, Kansas had little trouble with Texas Tech, destroying them 90-50. It was Duke over Wake Forest 79-64.
KFOR Sports presents the 2002 Boys State Basketball Tournament. This broadcast is brought to you by Bigger Staff Plumbing, Heating and Air, Ram Tires, Leach Camper Sales, Middle Gold Dairies, Tracy's Body Shops, Williamson Auto Center, and the KFOR Sportscasters Club. Now stay tuned for all the action from the 92nd Annual Boys State Basketball Tournament on KFOR 1240.
High school basketball is on the air. Good evening and hi again, everybody. Chuck Stevens here back at the Devaney Sports Center. We were here for one championship this afternoon when Grand Island won Class A. 5 new champions have been established today, and we have one more to go. That's here in Class B with Pius 10th and Norris, the 1 and 2 seeds in Class B. We have an interesting situation, I think, here tonight. I don't have enough history to go back through and see just if it has happened before. it certainly couldn't have happened very many times when you have a championship game between two teams who have already played each other 3 times. And Norris has been the winner all 3 times over Pius in the previous meetings this year. First came in the Norris tournament, 56-53. Norris then won in the regular season at Pius, 63-56. Then Norris won again in the district final, 62-53. And here they are back again after coming through the opposite brackets as the 1 and 2 seeds in Class B. So it should be an interesting meeting as Norris and Pius. Norris coming in on the year at 20-3. Pius comes in at 17-4. The other loss was incurred at Lincoln Southeast in Class A. So, like I say, this should be a dandy. I hope it works out that way, and we'll take a 60-second break and come back.
Have you been shopping for tires? Have you tried those self-service tire stores where the salesperson usually works in hardware and admittedly doesn't know much about tires? That's not the way they do things at Graham Tire Company. The tire professionals at Graham Tire know how to ask the right questions, and more importantly, they know how to listen. That's how they make sure that you get the right tire for your driving needs at the right price. With 4 convenient locations in Lincoln and a huge inventory that includes quality brand name tires such as Goodyear, Cooper, and Kelly, it's easy to see why Graham Tire is your tire store next door.
You have a lot going on. That's why Medigold dairy products are a part of your everyday lifestyle. You know that whether you're at home, work, or play, you always reach for that balanced but never boring taste of Medigold. Drink milk in the morning to get you going, and cottage cheese before that big meeting in the afternoon. Then at night, to top off your busy day, there's nothing like a relaxing bowl of ice cream in your favorite chair. So keep on going and make Medigold products a part of your everyday life. Medigold, because you deserve delicious. Let's check now the starting lineups for tonight's game. First off, for Pius 10th, the guards will be Mark Heiser, who is a 6'1 senior, 13-point average. Noah Wickowitz, also at guard, 5'9 senior, averaging 6. On the front line, Ben Schleppenbach, a 6-foot senior, averaging 10 points. Joseph Easley, the big forward, at 14 points a game, 6'3 and a senior. Eric Hallgren at the post, a senior, 6'8, averaging 10. For the Norris Titans, a 3-guard offense, Scott DeBoer, 6'4 senior with a 9-point average. Michael Stoynev, 6'3 junior with a 14-point average, and Zach Yilkin, a 6'1 sophomore, averaging 7. Then down low, Brent Doctor, a 6'3 senior, averaging 8, and David Callan at the post, a 6'8 senior, averaging 12 points. So those are the starting lineups. We're about ready to go. Let's take a 30-second break, rather a 60-second break, and come back.
High school athletics for over 40 years. Members include Doyle Helmet of A&D Auto Sales, Chef Nada at Billy's Restaurant, Rob and Lubin at Flipper Barbershop, Ken Bonzo of Bonzo Pool and Spa, Dan Mazer from Dan's Dairy Queen, Back to the Bible, Pat Egan of Egan Enterprises, Eye Care Specialties of Lincoln, Pat Leach from Leach Camper Sales, the employees of Lincoln Glass, Celebrity Staffing, Rick Alt and the staff at Graham Tire Company, and Burlington Credit Union.
I love my wheels. If you really love your wheels, then visit our new collision center at 45th and Cornhusker. Even if you didn't damage your car, we've added a new mechanical area where we do lube and oil changes, shock replacement, air conditioning, and brake repair. At Tracy's Body Shop, we provide only the highest quality parts and the finest craftsmanship. I love my wheels, and I'm taking it to Tracy. So call for an appointment at Tracy's new collision center, 45th and Cornhusker.
High school basketball on KFOR 1240. Chuck Stevens here at the Devaney Center as the introductions have been made to a pretty good crowd on hand. We've had pretty good crowds all day long for the championship finals. Coaches Kurt Carlson in his 17th year at Norris and Ray Pericki in his 8th season as the head coach of the Pius Thunderbolts. Both teams obviously had to win a couple to get here into the final. Pius started out by defeating Gearing in the opening round by 13, and last night defeated Beatrice by 8, a game that really turned interesting in the closing moments. Norris has had a couple of dandy battles both days. They started out with a 4-point win over Lexington, who oddly enough they met in the championship final in '95 and won by 1 point. And then last night in the semifinals defeated Ralston, the number 3 seed in the tournament, by 3. And Beatrice, I believe, was like the 4th seed, and they were also paired up with the Pius. So that was just that was a loaded district coming in to the state tournament. Here come the teams out on the floor, shaking hands around the center circle. Officials tonight, Joe Wells and Jeff Wolf. In the center circle will be both teams' big guys, both with 6'8" post players, Eric Hallgren and David Callan. And I don't know if anybody actually controlled the tip, but it rolls over for for Norris to pick it up. And Yelkin will handle it here on the left side of the floor. Comes to Doctor, also on the left side. Now here's DeBoer. Throws it down low, and a shot's fired by Callan on the baseline. No good. Picked up by Pius, and running up in the front court is Heiser on the right side. Wing comes to Wickowitz, and the ball is tipped away from him. Last off of the Titan player. And so Noah Wickowitz will toss it in from right around the scoring table, far side, and then it comes to Schleppenbach. To Heiser, and Heiser sets up on the high left side, swings it off on the wing to Wickowitz, back to Schleppenbach, drives the right side, out of the corner comes 3 if it goes, no, off the rim, shot up there by Heiser, ball goes out of bounds off of the Titans, and Pius 10th will keep. Schleppenbach will step out to trigger it back in. Early beginning here of this game with Pius and Norris. 4th time around this season. With it is Wickowitz, backs away up around the center circle. Now swings left to Heiser. Heiser will come back up high, almost around the division line. Runs to the right side, stops near the wing, looks, finds Hallgren, who shoots it over the cylinder, right into the hands of Yelkin, and Yelkin will bring it up for the Norris Titans. Clears the timeline, kind of splits the ring, looks off left, throws to DeBoer. Now picking it up is Stoynev. Stoynev back up on top to Brent Doctor, around right to Yelkin. Yelkin penetrates the lane and runs head on into Eric Hallgren. And I think we just have virtually a travel call. He just ran right into him, had nowhere to go. So Pius will get it back, and here it comes from Wickowitz. Into Heiser, and Heiser will bring it down the right side of the floor. Throws it back to Wickowitz, looks up on top. Hallgren's got it. Now Schleppenbach has it. Now it's Heiser again on the left side. Up on top, Easley, back to Wickowitz. Surveys the defense, comes back left to Heiser. Heiser actually threw it off the head of Hallgren, rescued by Schleppenbach, who takes the bank shot from the left side for 2. So the early basket, first one goes to Pius. Norris here on the return. Yelkin's got it, throws it to Doctor. Down low to Callan. Callan has the ball stripped away from him. Bouncing around. Schleppenbach finally rescues it. Pulls up around the left side of the lane. Now backs up to reset. Here's 3. If it goes, yes. It's in there for Noah Wickowitz. Wickowitz hits the 3, and Pius goes up 5-0 in the early minutes. Yelkin handles the basketball. Again splits the rings. This time comes right side to Stoynev. Back in, Callan. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Heiser for Pius. Heiser runs it up into front court, stops on the right side, delivers to Wickowitz. Now to Schleppenbach. About got away, but he rescues it. Under pressure from Scott DeBoer from the Titans. Here's Heiser. Thought about a 3, but not very long. Goes back to Schleppenbach inside the arc. Now they come back out, giving it to Wickowitz, and he quickly gives it up to Heiser. Right back it comes to Wickowitz. Here's a wide open 3, and that one missed by Schleppenbach, and it's pulled down by Yelkin. Yelkin runs it up in the front court. Parks up at the top of the key, goes to Doctor off on the left side, near the left corner. Stoynev back out to DeBoer. Back it comes to Stoynev, drives the left side baseline. Little wraparound pass, got loose, breasted by Callan, and he banks it in. So Callan knocks down the 2 from off the glass. 5-2, Pius with the lead by 3. About 4:27 showing on the first quarter clock. Heiser to Schleppenbach, right side. And given to Wickowitz, who runs right down to the baseline, then tosses it out on the corner to Easley. Now to Heiser. Inside to Hallgren. Hallgren goes up, and the shot is blocked. by David Callan, but I think they also called Callan for a foul. They did. So Callan called for his first foul of the ball game, and this will put Hallgren at the free throw line. The Pius 6'8" center for the first time tonight. The left-handed push on the way it's in. Hallgren connects from the free throw line to make it 6-2. 4:12 left of the first period. Second push up there, kind of rolled around, but it drops for Hallgren, who scores a couple from the free throw line. Timeout on the floor, a 60-second break here, and we'll be back.
If the heating system in your home is working overtime, keep your home comfortable, it's probably using more energy than it needs to.
Biggerstaff Plumbing, Heating, and Air has a solution, an energy-efficient Lennox electric heat pump. It can save you 30 to 50% on year-round energy bills.
We've been recommending and installing Lennox electric heat pumps in Lincoln homes for many years. And by installing an efficient heat pump, you may qualify for cash incentives from LES.
Call Biggerstaff Plumbing, Heating, and Air, 466-8118.
The KFOR Sportscasters Club presents game broadcasts, scholarships, and an all-sports recognition banquet in May. Members include Union Bank, Chris Smith of Aardvark Antique Mall, Bill Bittner of ABC Electric, Chuck and Wendy Pass from Consolidated Companies, Greg Sparks of Custom Automotive Care, Doug Trifles of Action Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Outback Steakhouse, Bill Witt at Medical Dairy, Dave Wolf from The Time Shop, the folks at Ray's Marine, Nebraska Pork Producers, and Woods Brothers Realty.
We are halfway through the first quarter, 4:12 on the clock, and Pius up 7-2. Ball belongs to Norris as play resumes. Then it comes to Stoynev. Gets out of a double team as he throws it towards Yelkin. Both Yelkin and Wickowitz fall to the floor. Scramble for the basketball. We have a tie-up. Possession arrow is with Pius. So the Bolts are going to get it right back here in front court, and Wickowitz will throw it in. Heiser kind of stands back in backcourt, and here it comes to him. Tossed in from the near side, picked up by Stoynev. Comes back left side to Wickowitz. Nice give and go, and it scores as they toss it into Joseph Easley, and he puts it off the glass for two. 9-2. Pius here in the first quarter. Here's Stoynev. Baseline shot from the left side, up and in. About 8 feet away. Stoynev connects with his first basket of the game. 9-4 here in the first period. 3:37 on the clock. Heiser goes to Schleppenbach, right side. Up on top here is Easley. Another give and go through the lane. This one doesn't connect as they got it to Wickowitz, and that was just kind of partially blocked as he went up towards the rim. Back comes Norris with the ball. Yelkin clears the timeline on the right side. And Wickowitz goes after the ball, pushed it out, and the award is going to come right back to the Titans. Stoynev will step out to throw it in. Looking at Yelkin, and bounces it to him. Yelkin here on the right side, under pressure from Wickowitz to Stoynev, and ball is going to be awarded right back to after a foul here. This one went against the Titans and gives the ball right back to the Thunderbolts, up 9-2. Second foul, team foul against Norris. Heiser clears the timeline. Bounces it inside. Schleppenbach's there, but he throws it too hard over the cylinder. Picked up by Easley. Still rolling around. Easley throws it out, and it's going to be an over and back once they picked it up in backcourt. So Easley tossed it out there a little too strong. Goes into backcourt, and the Titans get it back. Stoynev will trigger it back in. Here it comes to Yelkin. Yelkin over the line. Now brings it back across the timeline. Little spin move, and Callan tries to go inside with it, and Hallgren just steals it away. Gives to Heiser. Heiser penetrates the lane, runs right into Callan, and we have a foul, and they're calling the foul on Callan. That'll be a second on Callan, a third on Norris. Ball will come outside again. Down low, left side baseline to be tossed in by Schleppenbach for Pius. Pius leads 9-4, 2:38 left of this first quarter. Schleppenbach looks, throws it in to Wickowitz. Wickowitz pulls up around the left side of the lane. Now they come outside again to Heiser. Heiser down towards the right side baseline, launches one short, And it's Brent Doctor who comes up with the rebound for the Norris Titans. Flips it away to Yelkin, and Yelkin calls out the play with the left hand as it clears the line. Stoynev catches on the left side. New player in, Scott Thompson, now seeing minutes for the Titans here in this first period. Thompson sends it back to Yelkin, also right side of the floor. Down outside the lane, shot put up by Doctor, won't go. Hallgren clears the glass for Pius, advances it to Heiser up into front court. Parks top of the key, sends it into Easley. Easley finds Hallgren underneath, up and in. Hallgren scores his first basket to go with a couple of free throws he got earlier in the period. 11-4. Pius here with 1:51 to go. Now Norris turns it over, and Pius is going to get it right back. So Schleppenbach throws it in. Heiser left side into Hallgren. Hallgren in front of the basket, and Doctor goes right up with him, and I think Brent Doctor is going to pay for that with a foul. And it is on Brent Doctor, his first, and this is going to put Eric Hallgren at the free throw line. Eric was there once before, but very early on in the quarter, and he hit a couple. This one's on the way, and it's up and in. Eric's got the feel from the 15-foot mark as he hits his third straight free throw. 12-4 Pius, and the fourth one is in. 4 straight from the line for Eric Hallgren, and Pius has a 13-4 lead here in the first period. Norris's ball thrown to Doctor. Doctor tries to throw it inside, and it got bounced right back to him. And Doctor comes straight through the lane and pops it up and in. 13-6 after Doctor's basket for Norris. Heiser walks the ball up again across the timeline. He's met by Yelkin by Stoynev at the top of the key. Schleppenbach's got it top of the key. Kicks it away to the wing. Here comes Heiser. Spin move. Off glass shot is good by Heiser. First basket for Mark Heiser. The 6'1 senior guard. Well, as Yelkin clears the timeline, Heiser goes after the ball aggressively, and that will be his first foul. That's the first foul whistled against Pius here in this period. Pius leads 15-6. We have 1:10 to go of quarter number 1. Ball tossed in by DeBoer here on the near side to Yelkin. Yelkin to Stoynev. Stoynev looks towards the top, but comes to Doctor around the free throw line. Over to Yelkin, left side of the free throw line, to Doctor up on top. Another new player in is Nick Alder, seeing his first minutes of the game. Yelkin penetrates into the lane, launches a shot on the run. Didn't go. Fouls against Pius, I think. Yep, it is. It is called on Heiser, so Heiser picks up a second foul, and he's gotten both of those rather quickly. DeBoer again will toss the ball in for the Titans. Looking, here it comes way up on top to Alder. Alder to Yelkin off to his left. Now Yelkin will come back between the circles. Back over to Stoynev. Looked at a three. It goes to Alder. Now here's DeBoer right around the free throw line. Back out to Yelkin. Here's Alder for three. Hits the front of the rim. No good. And bounces into the hands of Schleppenbach, who brings it up across the timeline for Pius. All the way to the baseline. Throws it in. Picked off by Doctor. Brent Doctor picks it off. Gives to Yelkin. Here comes Norris. Back up in the front court. Yelkin slips through and scores. Nice move by Zach Yelkin to weave his way through traffic and score a couple here for Norris. 15-8 down to the last 10 seconds of the first quarter. And here's Heiser. Pulls up through the left side of the lane. Bout had the ball stripped away. Wickowitz for three. Drops it in the bucket. Wickowitz hits his second three-pointer of the quarter, and that's the end of period number 1. Ending on a three by Wickowitz. Pius leads 18-8 at the end of the first quarter. We'll come back in 60 seconds.
Williamson Auto Center can take care of all your quick lube needs. Stop in at any of Williamson's downtown service departments at 21st and N Streets and get your oil changed while you wait. If you have other repair needs, Williamson's can take care of that too. Williamson's has more certified master techs than any other shop in Nebraska. Why trust your car to anyone else? For a quick oil change or a complete tune-up, it's Williamson Olds, Honda, Mitsubishi, Volkswagen, and Kia at 21st and N Streets, Lincoln.
Talking with Pat Leach at Leach Camper Sales. Pat, what's that new trailer with the big door in the back?
That's the new Bobcat. We took this line on because of the garage edition. You open up that back door and it looks like a garage in the back. This is an all fiberglass travel trailer. It's aluminum construction and it is completely self-contained.
Come on out and see this new Bobcat and the new lightweights that are available now at Leach Camper Sales, 27th at Cornhusker Lincoln, where the coffee's always on. All right, here we go with the second quarter. Ball belongs to Titans of Norris as we get the second quarter underway. Brent Doctor left open for about a 17-footer. Takes a hard bounce off the iron. Rebounded by Joseph Easley for Pius. Given to Tim Hannigan, a new guard in the game now as the second quarter begins for Pius 10. Schleppenbach, right side. Wakowitz with 2 threes at the top of the key. Lobs it high, caught by Hallgren. Hallgren puts it up and in, but he got fouled before it went in. So I think they'll wave off the basket. They do. And let's see who got the foul. It's called on Nick Alder. That's the first on Alder. Pius will trigger it back in from underneath, left side baseline. Hannigan to throw it in. Lobs it way up on top to Wakowitz. Comes back to Hannigan on the left side. Comes in again towards Hallgren. Picked off by Norris. Ahead to Stoynev. Stoynev in the lane. Pumps it up there. It won't go, but we got a foul on the way in, which will be called against, I believe, Ben Schleppenbach. It is on Schleppenbach, his first. Third called against Pius. Now team fouls, I believe, even at 3 apiece. Yelkin at the free throw line. Up and in. Michael Stoynev, his third point of the first half. Connected with a field goal in the first period. This is first point of the second. Stoynev shoots another one. It's 18-9 Pius. Second one right in there for Michael Stoynev. The Pius possession now after the 2 free throws made by Michael Stoynev. And it comes to Hannigan from Schleppenbach. Hannigan right down the center of the floor. Stops between the rings. Looks left but goes right. Looks at Schleppenbach, but Hannigan continues to handle the ball. And I think we had a 5-second call that's called against Hannigan. So that's going to send it right back to the Norris Titans. In it comes to Yelkin. In from DeBoer. Yelkin brings it up. Penetrates the lane. Bounces it underneath to Callan. Callan missed the shot underneath. Ball rolling around on the floor. Rescued by Hannigan for Pius. And he handed it to Easley for a moment, who's handed it right back to him. And Hannigan completes the trip across the timeline. Here's Schleppenbach on the right side. Ball above his head. Penetrates the lane. Stops. A little pump fake. Then goes back up and scores. That's the second basket for Ben Schleppenbach. 20-10. 10-point lead for the Thunderbolts of Pius 10th. Stoynev up on top. Moves in a little closer. Arches one right in. Tough shot by Michael Stoynev. And he connects from about 12 feet away. 20-12, 8-point lead. As Hannigan brings the ball up for the Bolts. Falls down with the ball. I think we'll have a foul called on Norris. And probably will be Michael Stoynev. It is on Stoynev. And that is the 6th one whistled now against the Titans. And we have a timeout. Time called here on the floor. And we'll take a 60-second break and come back.
The Ralph Beechner Coaches of the Year are named each year by the KFOR Sportscasters Club. Members include McEwen and Oddberg Remodeling and Cabinet Company, Security Financial Life, Sylvan Learning Center, Tim Stewart from American Family Insurance, Golden Corral Restaurant, Kirk Motors Suzuki, the employees of Mr. Emoto Lawn and Tree Service, Star Tran, Mike Voss at Voss Lighting Company, the Wallman family of Amish Country Showcase, Cornhusker Bank, Cornhusker Billiard and Barstool Gallery, and Williams Cleaner.
Have you been shopping for tires? Have you tried those self-service tire stores where the salesperson usually works in hardware and admittedly doesn't know much about tires? That's not the way they do things at Graham Tire Company. The tire professionals at Graham Tire know how to ask the right questions, and more importantly, they know how to listen. That's how they make sure that you get the right tire for your driving needs at the right price. With 4 convenient locations in Lincoln and a huge inventory that includes quality brand name tires such as Goodyear, Cooper, and Kelly, it's easy to see why Graham Tire is your tire store next door.
6 minutes and 14 seconds remains of the second period. Pius ball as play resumes. In it comes from a new player in, Josh Schlottman for Pius Stent. Here's Schlottman. Gives to Hallgren. He's going to try from long range. That rolls off. Brent Doctor goes after the rebound and got it. And we have a foul on Pius. Doctor pulled it down. Foul goes against on Easley. That's a first on Joseph Easley. It'll be Norris ball. Brent Doctor to throw it in. The pressure put on Yelkin, so they go another direction, and it's brought up by Nick Alder. Doctor with the basketball on the right side. Up on top to Stoynev. Now to Alder. Down to Callan. Callan takes a shot underneath, and it got pushed away, and we got a foul down here low against Pius, and this will be on Hannigan. He got it down in the block, and Callan went up for a shot that didn't go, but he got fouled. That will be a first on Hannigan. Not a shooting situation here. Fifth foul whistled against Pius. So play resumes from underneath. Stoynev throws it into Yelkin, then to Alder. Now it's sent all the way around the perimeter, and here it comes again. They set up the alley-oop, and it's in with his back to the basket. How about that? Brent Doctor puts it home and pulls the Titans within 6. We've got a foul out here high as Hannigan tried to dribble past the defense, and the defense got him. Yelkin is called for the foul, and Yelkin now has 2. And this will put Hannigan at the free throw line, as that is the 7th whistled on the Titans, and that will put Hannigan at the free throw line for Pius. 20-14, 5:22 left before the intermission. Yelkin will leave the game. Back into Scott DeBoer for the Titans. Hannigan here at the line for Pius to shoot free throws. It's on the way. It spins out. Doctor again goes up and rebounds for the Titans. Quickly up in the front court is Alder on the left side. Gives it back to Doctor, now to Stoynev. Thinks about a 3. Pulls up about a 10-footer on the way up and in. And another tough shot for Stoynev against the defense and put it right over the top of him and in. 20-16. Titans claw their way back within 4. Here's Schleppenbach. Drives down. Ball gets loose. Last touch by the Titans, either by Doctor or by Alder. Came off one of those guys' feet and out of bounds. So Pius will keep, and Schlottman will be the guy to send it back in from the left side baseline. And it comes to Schleppenbach in the corner. Schleppenbach's going to bring it out of there. Gives to Hannigan at the top of the key. Looks over at Schlottman, throws him the ball. Here's the high to low, and it bounces off the hands of Hallgren on the floor. Picked up by Callan for the Norris Titans. Pushed ahead to DeBoer on the left side. Alder gets it back. There's Doctor. Spots up for 3. Off the back of the iron. No good. And Hallgren pulls down the rebound for Pius. Hannigan brings it up across the line. Stops on the right side. Gives to Schleppenbach up on top. Now to Hannigan again. Looking down at Easley, but stays to the outside of the three-point arc on the right side. Penetrating is Schleppenbach, and his bank shot is good. Just kind of circled around and came down the left side of the lane and put it up and in for 2. 22-16. Pius back up by 6. Ball comes into Callan. Callan goes up. Callan is fouled. Hallgren raises his arms, but it's going to go against Hallgren, which will be his first, and puts Callan at the free throw line for the Titans. 3:56 left of the first half. We're just past the halfway mark of the quarter. It's on the way, and it's up and in for David Callan. Callan scores his 3rd point. Easley will leave the game here for Pius. Wikowitz is in that exchange. Callan's got one more free throw to go, and here it comes. It's in. Callan connects with both from the foul line for 4 points, and it's a 4-point game. 22-18 at the 3:56 mark of quarter number 2. Pius throws it in. It's in the hands of Hannigan. Hannigan being chased by Luke Hansen. Also on the floor now here in the second period for the Titans. Schleppenbach for a long three. Hits off the back of the iron, no good. Is tipped out there as Hannigan fell down and tipped it out towards Wickowitz. One of the Titan players fell on him. I think it was Luke Hansen. And they call the foul on Hansen. Hannigan goes to the free throw line. Hannigan there once before. This is on the way, and it's in. Hannigan knocks down that first free throw to make it 23-18. Gets another one. The crouch, the push. This one's strong off the back of the iron. Rebounded by Stoynev. Stoynev up across the line, and he lost the ball off the dribble to Hannigan, who pushed it over towards Schleppenbach, and he returns it across the timeline. Wickowitz for three. It's off the iron, no good. And Hansen goes up to pull down the rebound, and he got fouled in the process by Noah Wickowitz, I believe. No, I'm wrong. It went against Schlottman. So Schlottman called for the foul as we walk the other way, where Luke Hansen will be at the free throw line. 5'10" senior. Right-handed push. It's there. Hansen knocks down the first free throw. 23-19. Back within 4. The Titans could tighten it up to a 3 if he knocks this one down. It's on the way and rolls off to the right side, and the ball gets tipped out of bounds, and it's coming right back to Pius. Last bumped out of bounds by the Titans, and Pius will get it. Schleppenbach will be the guy to send it back in play. Substitution in is Thompson, and Doctor out for the Titans, but before we can get the ball in play, we've got a timeout called on the floor. Let's take a 60-second break, and we'll be back.
You have a lot going on. That's why Medigold dairy products are a part of your everyday lifestyle. You know that whether you're at home, work, or play, you always reach for that balanced but never boring taste of Medigold. Drink milk in the morning to get you going, and cottage cheese before that big meeting in the afternoon. Then at night, to top off your busy day, there's nothing like a relaxing bowl of ice cream in your favorite chair. So keep on going and make Medigold products a part of your everyday life. Medigold, because you deserve delicious.
The Vince Aldridge Sportsman of the Year is honored annually by the KFOR Sportscasters Club. Members include Jim Daubert and Dennis Butler of Daubert and Butler Associates. Sportscasters Bar and Grill. Mark Cruz of Crooked Creek Golf Course. Len Straub from Jim's Home Health Supply. Simply the Best Auto Sales. The employees of U.S. Bank. The Rogers family from the Athlete's Foot. Steve Carper of O Street Carpet. Matthijs Lock and Safe. Mike Fisher of Fisher Foods. And the employees of T.O. Haas Tire.
Norris in the white uniforms, the home team for this Class B championship final. It will be Pius ball as play resumes after the timeout with 3:23 left. And before they can get it tossed in danger of a 5-second call, Pius calls another timeout. So this will be a shorter one. We'll take 30 and come back.
The high school sports tradition continues on KFOR. These KFOR Sportscasters Club members support Lincoln's outstanding high school community. Members include Outback Steakhouse, Casey Hartman of Woods Brothers Realty, Zimmer Insurance, Dodge Rifles of Action Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, Back to the Bible, Ron and Sharon Johnson of Husker Sew and Back, Dale Chestnut at Havelock Aluminum, Bill Witt at Medigold Dairy, the staff at St. Paul United Methodist Church, and Dick Johnson at Nebraska Title.
Pius comes back on the floor here. Been no change, of course, in the time. They never got the clock rolling. 3:23 to go, and Schleppenbach throws it in to Hannigan. Hannigan will bring it up against Stoynev and clears the timeline. Heads left, now comes back right, stops high on the right side, looks for some help, and finally we have another 5-second call that goes against Pius. Hannigan just trapped over there with nowhere to go with it and has to give it back to the Titans, who trail by 4, 23-19. right at the 3-minute mark. Here's Stoynev, pulls up, about an 8-foot on the way. It's in. Stoynev knocks down his 10th point. And that tightens it up, 23-21. Under 3 minutes left of the first half. Schlottman bounces it in towards Hallgren. Stolen away by the Titans, and here they come. Hansen's got it, throws to Doctor. Doctor looks at a three, moves in closer. 15-footer on the way, it's in, we're tied. Brent Doctor ties the ball game at 23, and that happens at the 2:33 mark of the second period. Here's Wickowitz handling the basketball. That lost it, but it's rescued by Schleppenbach, who is off to the side of him. Schleppenbach on the left side, loses it off the dribble, and here comes Hansen with the ball for the Titans. Kicks it away to Stoynev. Stoynev kind of lost control of it. Holy moly. You had to be up close and personal to see how that happened. As he went out of bounds, in danger of going out with the ball, he quickly flipped it behind him, hit one of the Pius players right in the belly, and it goes out and stays with Norris. They're tied at 23. Norris possession. Hansen has it, gives to Doctor. Up on top handling it is Alder to Hansen. Cross court to Stoynev. Fakes a three. Doctor will shoot it from the baseline. Titans have the lead as Doctor now has 8 points. And Norris, 25, Pius 23, just before the halftime break. Minute 45 to go. Schleppenbach handles the ball, gives to Wickowitz. Wickowitz moves up towards the three-point arc, then backs away. In it comes to Hallgren, and it's stolen away again on the entry pass. Ahead to Stoynev. Stoynev goes cross-court to Hansen, out to Doctor, fakes a three. And comes up on top to Stoynev. Clock at a minute 19. Doctor will shoot it, and it comes off the rim, no good. Hannigan gets the long carom and brings it up across the timeline. Moves over towards the right side as Stoynev hounds him. Schleppenbach to Wickowitz. Wickowitz left side behind the arc. Waits for Hannigan. He's there between the rings. Comes over the left side, goes back right side to Schleppenbach. Schleppenbach carries it near the wing to the baseline. Back out again to Wickowitz. Clock's at 48. And rolling. And now here's Wickowitz, kind of sets up camp, takes it down to the baseline, sneaks in, kicks it out to Hallgren. Bank shot by Hallgren is good, and he's fouled. So nice use of the clock and moving that ball around as they get it to Hallgren, and he scores and is fouled. We're tied again at 25. Hallgren with an opportunity to put Pius up by 1. Hallgren now with 8 points, couple of fielders, and 4 free throws. Free throw is on the way. He is now 5 of 5 at the line. 26-25, Pius by 1. 36 seconds left of the first half. Stoynev has it for the Titans. Gives it up to Alder. Now gets it right back. They're going to play catch with it out high. Looks over towards Hansen, but Alder keeps the ball. Pressured by Hannigan. Clock's at 18. Back it goes to Stoynev, left side, and back it comes to Alder. From the point, near the wing, here's Stoynev. Carries it through the lane, takes a bank shot that's good. Right before halftime. So Stoynev scores 2. Here comes Hannigan. Down to Hallgren. Hallgren just kind of throws it towards the rim, but the half is over. So Stoynev hits the basket. That gives him 12 here at the intermission and gives Norris the lead by 1 at the halftime break, 27-26. How about that? We'll take a 60-second break here and come back.
I love my wheels.
If you really love your wheels, then visit our new collision center at 45th and Cornhusker. Even if you didn't damage your car, we've added a new mechanical area where we do lube and oil changes, shock replacement, air conditioning, and brake repair. At Tracy's Body Shop, we provide only the highest quality parts and the finest craftsmanship.
I love my wheels, and I'm taking it to Tracy.
So call for an appointment at Tracy's new collision center, 45th and Cornhusker.
If the heating system in your home is working overtime, keep your home comfortable, it's probably using more energy than it needs to.
Biggerstaff Plumbing, Heating, and Air has a solution, an energy-efficient Lennox electric heat pump. It can save you 30 to 50% on year-round energy bills.
We've been recommending and installing Lennox electric heat pumps in Lincoln homes for many years. And by installing an efficient heat pump, you may qualify for cash incentives from LES.
Call Biggerstaff Plumbing, Heating, and Air, 466-8118.
Halftime here at the Devaney Sports Center, and it's a 27-26 lead for Norris as Norris outscored Pius 19-8 in that second 8 minutes of the game. Pius led 18-8 at the end of the first period, and Norris comes storming back during the course of the second period and outscores Pius 19-8 to lead by 1, 27-26 at the break. Well, let's take a look at the unofficial scoring here. We'll start with Pius. Mark Heiser has 2. Noah Wickowitz has 6. Also with 6 is Ben Schleppenbach. Joseph Easley with 2. And Eric Hallgren has, I believe, he has 9 points. 5 from the free throw line and a couple of 2-point baskets. He has 9, and Tim Hannigan has 1. Now let's take a look at the scoring for the Norris Titans. 12 points now scored by Michael Stoynev through the first half. 2 for Zach Yelkin, 8 for Brent Doctor, and David Callan has 4, and Luke Hansen has 1. But Norris has the lead, 27-26 over Pius at the halftime break, and so they have the slight upper hand here at the break in this fourth meeting this season between the two schools. We'll take another 60-second break. Following that, a news update from the station, and we'll come back. Talking with Pat Leach at Leach Camper Sales. Pat, what are some of the new lines I've been seeing here on the lot?
Well, we've got the lightweight Outback and the lightweight Trail Light. These are all aluminum with fiberglass exterior. They're made to pull with your 6-cylinder and your SUV vehicles. These are just a lightweight and completely self-contained travel trailers.
Stop by and see these new lightweights at Leach Camper Sales, 27th and Cornhusker, Lincoln, where the coffee's always on.
Williamson Auto Center has been making their customers #1 for a long time, which is probably why Williamson's has been voted Lincoln's best car dealer for 13 years in a row, and Lincoln's best auto service 6 times. Whether you're looking for a new or used vehicle or need service on the vehicle you're driving now, come to Williamson Auto Center first and experience for yourself why Williamson's has been acclaimed Lincoln's best for many years. Williamson Auto Center featuring Honda, Oldsmobile, Mitsubishi, Volkswagen, and Kia at 21st and N.
From ABC News, I'm Michael Barr. Israel is retaliating after 2 incidents, including a Palestinian suicide bombing. Missiles from Israeli helicopters destroyed Yasser Arafat's presidential compound in Gaza City. Arafat was not there at the time. BBC reporter Caroline Hawley is in Gaza City.
The presidential compound has come under attack many times before. What is different this time is that the main buildings of Yasser Arafat, his buildings of state, where he hosts foreign delegations, where he holds press conferences, where his chief of staff has his office, that building, we understand now from security officials, has been completely destroyed.
Earlier, a suicide bomber killed around a dozen people in a Jerusalem cafe. An Israeli man was killed after 2 Palestinian gunmen opened fire at the coastal town of Netanya. The gunmen were also killed. 3 people are dead and 2 are critically injured after a scaffolding from a Chicago high-rise collapsed. High winds may be a factor in the collapse at the John Hancock Center. Several cars were crushed. White House officials want to know who leaked a classified Pentagon report that outlines contingency plans for the use of nuclear weapons. A report in the Los Angeles Times names 7 countries as possible targets, including Iraq, Iran, China, and Russia.
An administration official tells ABC News that if the report scares the likes of Saddam Hussein and Osama bin Laden, that's good. But, said the official, it may also scare people we do not want to scare, including some of our allies.
ABC's John Cochran. North Korea, Libya, and Syria were also named in the published report. Computer security experts are concerned hackers may target cell phones. Experts say a hacker can tap into your phone and have it call the White House or phone police. Similar problems have occurred in Japan and Europe. At least 3 countries have released software to protect phone users. You're listening to ABC News.
Right now, in the skies above America, 2 XM radio satellites are broadcasting 100 digital channels of music, news, sports, and talk to wherever you are, coast to coast.
I can't
I think
tell.
it's wonderful. The quality of the audio is incredible.
XM Satellite Radio, 71 channels of music, 12 channels of news, 5 channels of sports, all for less than $10 a month. No wonder Peter Lewis of Fortune magazine called it product
I
of the
think
year.
there is.
So many of them that are good. The 70s, the 80s, VH1 radio. You've got enough channels to pick from that you can always find something you like playing.
It's easy to add XM to any existing car stereo, with XM radio starting as low as $300. Visit your local electronics store for a demonstration. Learn more at xmradio.com.
They have a wide variety of things I've never heard before.
This is the best $10 a month you could spend.
XM, radio to the power of X. XM subscription and hardware sold separately. Hardware price may vary by model and retailer. Some models require additional installation fee. Activation fee also required.
Officials believe around 500 enemy fighters are cornered in 2 cave complexes in eastern Afghanistan. Allied troops have to deal with bad weather and rough terrain to get to them. There may be an answer to using those recalled Firestone tires. The NFL's Detroit Lions will be running all over them. ABC's Lisa Cipriano has more.
The artificial turf on the Detroit Lions' new football field will be padded with shredded Firestone tires. A spokesperson for Field Turf, the company that will produce the artificial turf for the Lions Ford Field, says the chrome rubber used in the field base was derived exclusively from the recalled tires. A team spokesperson says Ford Motor Company and the Lions specified that the recalled tires be part of the surface. The Detroit Lions are owned by the Ford family. Lisa Cipriano, ABC News, Detroit.
A Texas inmate needed one last detail before he could split from his estranged wife. Here's ABC's Liz White.
She left him in 1992 after about a week of marriage. Before Hermilo Mendez could file for divorce, he needed one last little detail. What was her name? The man serving 6 years in a Texas prison could not remember the woman who loved him and left him, so he wrote to the county clerk in his cell 60 miles southwest of San Antonio, including a $12 check to cover the costs of a certified copy of his marriage license. The answer came back. Violeta Sanchez Juarez. That was it. The county clerk says it's the first time anyone asked for the name of their bride. Liz White, ABC News.
This is ABC News.
Sand is obliterated. Pet hair is wiped out. Dust is history, and I won't even begin to tell you what happens to dust mites. Hi, I'm David Oric. What could be this powerful? My new 8-pound Oric XL Squared. It's the most powerful, lightweight hotel vacuum we've ever built. So clean your home for 30 days free. It won't cost you a dime. Call 1-800-989-4200. 1-800-989-4200.
Michael Barr, ABC News.
Well, back here at the Devaney Center, it's about 3 minutes left of our halftime break. And we have a 27-26 lead for Pius here at the halftime break. Not for Norris, rather, at the halftime break. As Norris went on a run of 19-8 over Pius in that second quarter. Pius had led 18-8 at the end of the first quarter and now find themselves down by a point at the break, 27-26. Looking back at the seasons, we took a look at Pius earlier on. Norris lost just 3 games this year. The first 2 came very early. In fact, they lost the very first game of the year to Platteview, then lost not long after to Elkhorn, and then did not lose again until they played Ralston in the final game of the season, and then went into districts. And so here they are coming in tonight in this championship game, 20-3 as the top seed, and Pius as the number 2 seed. And these two have just kind of battled tooth and nail all season long. They've all been pretty good games. 56-53 in the Norris tournament, 63-56 at Pius. And keep in mind, all those either were Norris victories, and Norris then defeated Pius 62-53 in the district. So all of them, with the exception of that first one, where both scores were in the 50s and it was 3 points, but they've all been pretty similar. Let's take another 60-second break here. We'll come back and get the second half underway.
These KFOR Sportscasters Club members bring you this broadcast. Rick Aldenstaff at Graham Tire Company. Byron Boswell from Farmers Mutual Insurance.
No.
Craig Cormack of Burger King. Carpetland. Dr. Vanderbrook of Holmes Lake Chiropractic. Judd's Brothers Construction. Altel, the power to simplify. Colligan Water Conditioning, Waddell & Reed, the employees of Ideal Grocery and Market, Cornhusker Billiard and Barstool Gallery, Christian Heritage Children's Home, a non-denominational ministry dedicated to the care of abused and neglected youth, and South Lincoln Track Club.
3 generations of high school athletes have been supported by the KFOR Sportscasters Club. These members are pleased to bring you this broadcast. McEwen and Odbert Remodeling and Cabinet Company, Dick Agee from Agee's Automotive, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska, Gary and Judy Cook at K&K Paint and Supply, the Stacy family at Stacy's Locker Room, StarTran, Dan Williams of Highlands Golf and Pro Shop, Affordable Siding and Windows, James Arthur Vineyards, Valentino's, and Prairie Life Center.
Well, back here at the Devaney Center, we've had 5 other games that have decided championships today. Wahoo Newman wins Class C1 in the game that just preceded this one, 74-61. In the D1 championship, Spencer Naper defeated Scribner Snyder 67-54. In Class A this afternoon, Grand Island defeated Southeast 51-29. In the 11:30 game in D2, here's Cody Kilgore coming from way out west, northwest, and beats Greeley 48-45 in overtime. And in the game that started the day, and Randolph defeated Sutton 50-43. So there we go for the first 5 games that were won today before we get this Class B championship settled between Pius 10th and Norris. Just a point separating them at the intermission. Well, I understand at halftime here we had some of the highlights on the screen. Picking on me. Okay, here we go. Play resumes. It's Pius basketball. Wickowitz has the basketball. Gives to Heiser. Now to Hallgren at the high post. They go left side with it to Wickowitz. Spots up for a 3. Comes in short. Follows his miss. Takes it in the lane. Lost the ball. It's on the floor. And who's got it? Norris. Yelkin had it, gave to Callan. Callan sends it right back to Yelkin, and Yelkin will bring it up across the line. Norris by a point, 27-26, as we just get underway in the second half. Down it comes to Callan. Callan misses the hook shot, rescued by Doctor. Doctor gets the putback. So Brent Doctor gets the putback, and now he's got 10 points, and Norris has a 3-point lead, 29-26. About a minute deep into the quarter. Racing underneath is Heiser. Heiser maybe got a little too far underneath, put up the shot, missed it. Here comes Doctor on the run again, and it goes in. Wow, what a move, what a shot by Brent Doctor, now with 12 points, and Norris goes up 31-26. Across the timeline is Heiser for the Thunderbolts to Wickowitz off on the left side. Looking as he stays up on top, gives it then to Easley. Now here's a shot taken. Wickowitz knocks down a shot. Make it 31-28. That was a long 2 for Noah. He's got a couple of 3s to his credit. Here's Doctor now with the ball. Right side. Comes left to Stoynev. Doctor gets it back down to Callan. Baseline to DeBoer. Back into Callan. Back out to DeBoer. Back into Callan. Callan works against Hallgren and gets fouled. They're kind of toe-to-toe down there in the low block. And Callan gets Hallgren to foul him. Well, I thought it went against Hallgren, but it actually went against Joseph Easley. So it's a second on Easley, but it does put David Callan at the free throw line. It's on its way, and it's good. Callan hits a third from the free throw line. He's got 5 points now. Got a field goal there in the first quarter and a couple of free throws. This is his first trip to the line here in the second half. Puts him up 32-28. 4-point lead, 5-point lead. The second free throw is good for David Callan. Couple of minutes deep into the third quarter. Norris leads 33-28. Heiser pushes the ball right side to Schleppenbach. Schleppenbach goes cross-court with it. Heiser catches it, takes it to the corner, drives the baseline, underneath Easley. Easley puts it up and in. Easley gets his second basket, and it's a three-point contest, 33-30. Norris leads. Here's Yelkin across the timeline. Pulls up at the top, sends it off to DeBoer to his right. Now to Doctor, to Yelkin again, top of the key. Back to Stoynev. Stoynev across to DeBoer, to Yelkin. In it comes to Callan. Callan gets underneath, missed the shot, and Holgren rebounds. Off to Heiser. Heiser penetrates the lane, takes it all the way to the glass, and scores. Mark Heiser scores. After he got it back, he just took it on himself to go all the way down in and got it to go. 33-32, and now the Titans turn it over on this possession up in front court. And Pius will get it right back. Trailing now by a point, 33-32. And the Titans are going to take a timeout. Right at the 5-minute mark, the Titans will call time. Let's take a 30-second break here, and we'll come back.
Do your brakes make noise or feel funny? Call Graham Tire. Does your car start hard or hesitate when accelerating? Call Graham Tire. Does your pickup shake and wander at highway speeds? Again, call Graham Tire. With 4 stores spread across Lincoln and each one staffed with certified repair technicians, they can take care of all your auto service needs, from oil changes to engine replacements. They've also got good deals on great tires. With all this service under one roof, why go anywhere else? Graham Tire, your tire store next door.
Norris called the timeout, a brief timeout. They've had a couple of possessions go awry here, and Pius has taken advantage and come back within a point, and also will have possession of the ball as play resumes. Schleppenbach throws it in to Heiser, and Heiser clears the line. Goes right back to Schleppenbach on the wing. Pulls up into the lane, kicks it back out to Heiser. Heiser pulls up in the lane, open for about a 15-footer. It won't go. Comes off the rim, picked up by Yelkin. Pitched ahead to Stoynev. Stoynev in the lane, kind of a hopscotch move, and he scores. Stoynev scores as he came through the lane, and it looked exactly like hopscotch to me, and he got it in the hole too as well. Here comes Pius back up. We've got a foul away from the ball. Holgren had the ball out high. I think the foul came down in the block somewhere. Foul is called against Brent Doctor. That will be a second on Brent. And we have another timeout call. Timeout on the floor at 4:29 left of the quarter. Third period. We'll come back in 60 seconds.
You have a lot going on. That's why Medical dairy products are a part of your everyday lifestyle. You know that whether you're at home, work, or play, you always reach for that balanced but never boring taste of Medical. Drink milk in the morning to get you going, and cottage cheese before that big meeting in the afternoon. Then at night, to top off your busy day, there's nothing like a relaxing bowl of ice cream in your favorite chair. So keep on going and make Medical products a part of your everyday life. Medical, because you deserve delicious.
Since 1956, the KFOR Sportscasters Club has provided Lincoln with the best in high school sports coverage. Members include Nick Kusick at Bison Recreational, Mike and Gates Minnick of Duto Chevrolet Subaru, Pete and Stella Hamadas at Cool's Restaurant, Rod Aiden at Productions and Hair, Ron Tanyas of Home Real Estate, the employees from the Tool House in the Haymarket, Andre Hoyt at Walton Lawn and Garden, Hogemeyer Palmer Construction, Commercial Federal Bank, and the sports department staff at the Lincoln Journal-Star.
Pius possession as play resumes after the timeout. It's Wikowitz who gives to Heiser. Heiser will bring it up between the rings. This game tightened up in the second period, and it's been nip and tuck ever since. Coming through the lane was Schleppenbach, and the ball tipped away from him on his way to the glass. Off of Norris, and Schleppenbach will be the guy to trigger it back in. Slaps the ball and looks. Throws it up on top and threw it a little too far. They got to go clear to back court to pick it up for Heiser, and then Heiser is called for a foul. So Heiser now has 3 fouls, and Pius no longer has possession of the ball. At midcourt, DeBoer will throw it into Yelkin. Yelkin will bring it up against Wikowitz. And about lost possession of it on that. Picks it back up, pulls to the lane, launches the shot. It goes in. They wave off the basket. Basket was waved off as Yelkin went through the lane to score it. No basket, says Joe Wells. So he had interference with the shot, I guess. And this is going to be... well, let's see. I'm not sure who got called for the foul. Was it Heiser? Heiser had 3. Well, Yelkin is going to go to the free throw line. The basket that he made, which was kind of a circus one indeed, but it did go in, but it was waved off because of the interference, and he'll have to shoot free throws. And Pius did get a foul out of the deal, and Yelkin's free throw is on the way, and it's good. So Zach Yelkin now has 3 points, and Norris has a 4-point lead once again at 36-32. We're just about at the halfway point of the third period. Yelkin, right-handed push, spins out this time, and easily pulls down the rebound, pushes it ahead to Wickowitz. Wickowitz right at the top of the key, left side to Schleppenbach, looking down towards Easley, and as Easley catches the ball, he gets fouled from behind by DeBoer. That's a first whistled against Scott DeBoer. 3:49, and again the high inbounds pass that's cleared back around the timeline, picked up by Schleppenbach. Wickowitz takes it to the right side corner, then flips it back out to Schleppenbach, who drives towards the baseline and brings it out. In it comes to Hallgren, and the ball went right through Hallgren's hands. So back come the Titans with the ball, and the underhanded scoop won't go for the Titans, taken by Nick Alder. But we do have a foul down here around the lane going against Pius. It's called on Eric Hallgren, so that's a second against Eric Hallgren. Stoynev goes to the free throw line for the Titans. They have a 4-point lead. They have a 5-point lead. As Stoynev connects from the free throw line, and we're going to have another timeout call, this one by Pius. A short timeout, 3:26 to go of the third period, back in 30 seconds.
Williamson Auto Center can take care of all your quick lube needs. Stop in at any of Williamson's downtown service departments at 21st and N Streets and get your oil changed while you wait. If you have other repair needs, Williamson can take care of that too. Williamson's has more certified master techs than any other shop in Nebraska. Why trust your car to anyone else? For a quick oil change or a complete tune-up, it's Williamson Olds, Honda, Mitsubishi, Volkswagen, and Kia at 21st and N Streets, Lincoln.
Pius called the timeout. It's 37-32 Norris over Pius. This has been quite a battle and still quite a bit of it left to go. 3:26 of the third period. After Stoynev hit the free throw, that's when they called the timeout. He has one more to go. Stoynev has 15 points as of this point. He has now 16 as he connects on the second free throw. 38-32. Hansen checks back in for the Titans. Pius basketball. In it comes to Wickowitz. Wickowitz bounces it ahead to Schleppenbach. Schleppenbach away to Schlottman, and then gets it back, gives it again to Wickowitz. Well, they about lost possession of it again, but managed to hang on, and they get the offense reset. Schleppenbach up on top, tries for 3. No. And the ball gets knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Titans, according to Jeff Wolf. Jeff Wolf and Joe Wells, the officials in this game. Pius will get it back, and Schlottman will throw it in. Looks, and gets it to Easley here on the left side. To Wickowitz. Now up on top to Schlottman. Schlottman looks and finds Hallgren. He's going to take about a 15-footer and knock it down. Eric Hallgren gets it. Now Hallgren has 11 points for Pius. And we have a 4-point game, 38-34. Here's Scott DeBoer, knocks down a 3 from up on top. 41-34. With 2.5 to go in the third period. Norris in front of Pius 10th. In this fourth meeting between the two, Wickowitz through the lane, lost the ball, picks it back up, puts a bank shot up there that won't go, and DeBoer rebounds. Ahead to Yelkin. Yelkin through traffic, pulls up off the dribble, shoots, and it comes off the glass, no good. Holgren gets the rebound. That thing was headed down into the cylinder, but it came out. 41-34 Norris. Schlotman, basketball for Pius, drives down to the right side baseline, cut off by Stoynev. Out to Holgren, over to Easley. Easley around the free throw line, gives it up to Wickowitz. Wickowitz surveys the defense. He's going to back away up around the center circle. Now sets the play in motion again to the right side. Yelkin comes with him. Now up on top to Schlotman. Schlotman being hounded by Stoynev and in a little too tight. Stoynev gets called for a foul. I think that is a third call on Stoynev. He'll leave the game as Nick Alder checks back in. Hansen leaves. Here's Hannigan coming in for Pius. Holgren will leave. It is still Pius possession, and the toss comes into Hannigan from Schlotman. Hannigan stops on the right side, gives the ball to Schleffenbach, who carries it around to the left side, pulls up in the lane, launches about a 10-footer, hit the back of the rim, bounced straight up and came back through for Ben Schleffenbach, and now he's got 8 points for Pius. 41-36, Norris leads and in possession of the ball as we near the 1-minute mark of period number 3. Pass in the corner, left side to DeBoer. Back out it comes to Yelkin. Yelkin signaling to Scott Thompson to drop out a little higher on that right side. Throws him the ball, gets it back. The two of them are going to play catch as they try to pull the 2-3 Pius zone out away from the basket. The front two make some moves out that way. But the back line stays home. Titans looking for that backdoor cut that as yet has not developed. Alder and Yelkin playing catch for the basketball. Hannigan goes out to kind of pressure Yelkin a bit with the basketball as they work with it back and forth. Here's another cross-court pass caught by Alder. Alder on the baseline throws it, and it's caught by Noah Wickowitz. So it's Pius possession. Wickowitz through the lane. Little underhanded scoop goes in by Wickowitz. Noah Wickowitz now has 10 points for Pius, and that's the end of the quarter. We have a 3-point separation at the end of 3. Norris leads 41-38. We'll come back in 1 minute.
If the heating system in your home is working overtime, keep your home comfortable, it's probably using more energy than it needs to.
Biggerstaff Plumbing, Heating, and Air has a solution, an energy-efficient Lennox electric heat pump. It can save you 30 to 50% on year-round energy bills.
We've been recommending and installing Lennox electric heat pumps in Lincoln homes for many years. And by installing an efficient heat pump, you may qualify for cash incentives from LES.
Call Biggerstaff Plumbing, Heating, and Air, 466-8118.
The KFOR Sportscasters Club has been supporting high school athletics for over 40 years. Members include Dennis Kemke from Barbers on Arapahoe, Ed Dubas of Ed's Auto Sales, Gary Jones at Latches, the Lincoln Sports Commission, Outback Steakhouse, Security Federal, Chuck Salem from Salem Oil, the employees of U.S. Bank, Dave Wolf from the Time Shop, Barb Peterson from Ken's for Pens, People City Mission, Cornhusker Billiard and the Barstool Gallery, and Ken Bonzal of Bonzal Pool and Spas.
High school basketball from the Boys State High School Championships at the state tournament at the Devaney Center on KFOR 1240 in Lincoln. Chuck Stevens here at the Devaney Center. Heading into the last quarter of the game, a 3-point lead for Norris. 41-38. Norris begins the last 8 minutes with the basketball. Only one overtime game so far today. That was in the 11:30 game of D2, which Cody Kilgore won. Norris working the basketball. Thompson to Stoynev. Ball gets tipped into backcourt. Yelkin chases it down. Hannigan comes with him. Yelkin throws it away again over towards Stoynev and now gets it back. Pulls up around the free throw line, dumps it off to Doctor. Doctor moves in and scores. Brett Doctor runs the baseline from the left side in and scores 43-38. Back to a 5-point separation with Norris in the lead. Hannigan gives the ball to Schleppenbach. Schleppenbach drives baseline, moves in, bank shot won't go. And Schlottman's got it. Schlottman returns it, but he got fouled before he got the shot away. See who this is called again. It's called on Scott Thompson. That's just the first whistle against Scott Thompson. Still Pius ball. Schlottman throws it in. Into Wikowicz. Now to Schlottman. Schlottman stops around the free throw line. Bounces it in the lane. It comes loose, and Norris has it. Brent Doctor scooped it up out of the lane. Gives to Yelkin, who will bring it up and set the play in motion for the Titans. Looks off right. Goes left to Thompson. Now they just come all the way around the horn from left to right. Now into DeBoer. Out to Stoynev. Back out to Yelkin. Over to Thompson. 2-3 zone played by Pius. Stoynev throws it in to DeBoer. Out to Doctor. Yelkin penetrates the lane. Launches one from in close. That will not go, but we have a foul on Pius in the lane. Yelkin's shot didn't connect, but he will go to the free throw line. Called on Josh Schlottman, his second foul. And Yelkin goes to the free throw line with Norris up by 5, 43-38. Here's the shot on the way. It's good. Zach Yelkin, now with 4 points in the game. That's the second he has hit from the free throw line. Heiser in the game. Leaving is Thompson. Not Thompson. Hannigan left. Second free throw missed, but Norris keeps possession of the basketball. So here's Yelkin with it. 44-38. DeBoer has it right at the free throw line. To Doctor, to Yelkin. Now over to Thompson. Thompson on the right side. Stoynev has it on the left, and again they play catch around the outer perimeter. In the corner is Doctor. He's in a double team. Looks for help. Yelkin's there. Comes through the lane. Launches one from 8 up and in. Zach Yelkin leaps up and tosses it in the lane. Out about 8 away and puts him up 46-38. 8-point lead now for the Norris Titans. Schleppenbach has the basketball. It's been a tough quarter for Pius. And it comes to Easley. And Easley puts it up and in. That time they found just a little crease there and took it and scored. 46-40. Norris by 6. 5:25 left of this Class B championship game regulation. Yelkin handles it out high. Off to Stoynev to his left. Thompson again to Yelkin on the right side. Now Doctor's planted up on top. Throws to Thompson. Thompson races in. Missed the shot. Had a clear run in, but he just didn't get it elevated high enough. And back comes Pius with the ball. Heiser has it. Tries to lob it into Hallgren, and it's picked off by Brent Doctor. Boy, Brent has had quite a game tonight for the Norris Titans. Norris up by 6, 46-40. Yelkin handles it around the center circle. Comes to Doctor on the left side. Easily goes out to contest Doctor. Now it's in the hands of Thompson, left corner. He'll bring it back up on top. Brent Doctor's at the top of the key to DeBoer, off to his right. Covered by Heiser. Into Yelkin, cut off. Back to Doctor, back to the baseline to Thompson. Back out it comes again. Swing again is to Thompson near the top of the key. Over to Stoynev. Stoynev to DeBoer at the free throw line. To Yelkin on the right side wing. Now to Thompson. Backs up. Throws to Stoynev. Stoynev has the ball tipped away from him by Schlottman, but rescues it. Now they come back to Thompson and look at Yelkin staying behind the arc. And boy, they're just running this weave with the basketball. Now here's the backdoor cut. Stoynev goes in, didn't get it. Didn't get the basket, but he did get a foul. And Stoynev will have to earn it from the free throw line. Easley gets called for his third foul. Boy, they just kept working the ball, and finally it opened up a little bit. Stoynev raced in, but didn't get the shot to drop. But he did get fouled, and he'll be at the free throw line and sends that one up short. So Stoynev does not hit the first foul shot. Stoynev with 16 points in the game. And Norris up by 6, 46-40. Second one is in there. Stoynev scores now with 17 points. And Norris up by 7, 47-40. Timeout on the floor. A 60-second break coming here, and we'll come back.
I love my wheels. If you really love your wheels, then visit our new collision center at 45th and Cornhusker. Even if you didn't damage your car, we've added a new mechanical area where we do lube and oil changes, shock replacement, air conditioning, and brake repair. At Tracy's Body Shop, we provide only the highest quality parts and the finest craftsmanship. I love my wheels, and I'm taking it to Tracy. So call for an appointment at Tracy's new collision center, 45th and Cornhusker.
Say, Pat, what's this March Madness at Leach Camper sales?
Well, the flyers are now in the mail. We have a March Madness sale that's starting on all the parts and accessories. We also are going to feature the fiberglass and aluminum pickup covers. So things are really going crazy in our parts and accessories department.
Are you really stocked up?
We've been to all the winter sales, and we are loaded for bear. We're ready to move out, and we've got a lot of inventory.
It's happening now at Leach Camper Sales, 27th and Cornhusker, Lincoln. 3 minutes and 46 seconds remains of the game. We're in this Class B championship. Last game of the day, long day here at the Devaney Center. Started at 9:30 this morning with the C2 championship won by Randolph. Randolph, Cody Kilgore, Grand Island, Spencer Napier, and Wahoo Newman, champions today. One yet to be decided. Pius basketball, they trail by 7, 47-40. Heiser brings it up, stops right side of the lane, and looks inside, nothing there, has to go back out, and Hannigan catches it at the top of the key, gives to Schlotman, now to Heiser for 3, comes in short. Bounces once on the floor, picked off by Nick Alder for the Norris Titans. Yelkin will then bring it up across the timeline, gives to Brent Doctor. Now to Hansen, back to Doctor, up on top to Alder. Alder penetrates the lane, launches one up there, bounces off the rim, no good, and back comes Pius with the ball. Heiser comes right down the right side of the lane, draws defense with him, and Luke Hansen's going to get called for the foul. Under 3 minutes, 2:59 to go, and Norris up 47-40. Hansen called for a second foul. In comes the ball. Heiser will try again for 3, and this one's no good. Ball tipped. He rescued it in the lane. Tries to go back again, and we have another foul on Norris. Couple of threes hit in this game by Pius, and they both came from Noah Wikowitz. And there's been only one hit by Norris, and that was by Scott DeBoer. Heiser to the free throw line for Pius. Pushes it on the way. It kind of bounced around there 2 or 3 times, but it falls in for Mark Heiser, who now has 5 points for Pius. Trims it down to 6. And connects again, makes it 5. 2 for Heiser at the free throw line. 47-42, 2:48 to go. Doctor with the ball to Alder, and Alder clears the timeline. Pulls up around in between the circles, throws to Yelkin off to his left. Yelkin hands the ball off to DeBoer, and DeBoer right into a double team, gets fouled. Either Wikowitz or Heiser will be the one called. It's on Noah Wikowitz. That's just the first called on Noah Wikowitz. This is going to put Scott DeBoer at the free throw line. Scott with 3 points. That was that three-pointer, the only 3 hit by the Titans in this game. 47-42 Norris. Norris out in front again in this fourth meeting between the two schools this season. DeBoer's foul shot is up and good. DeBoer gets another one. Spins that ball a couple of times. Now pushes it on the way. This one spins out. Hallgren rebounds for Pius. Gives to Heiser. Heiser straight down the middle. Comes right through the lane. Kicks it out to Schleppenbach. He will try for three. It's short and bounces off the front of the rim and is picked up by Yelkin. Yelkin will bring it across the timeline against Wickowitz. Left side to Doctor. Doctor to the top of the key. Now gives it to Stoynev. Away to Yelkin. Yelkin looks. Has to send it over to Doctor on the left side. Now to Stoynev, top of the key. To DeBoer. DeBoer right. Alder. Doctor. And again, they're just going to work some clock with this 48-42 6-point lead. Stoynev penetrates the lane and gets a basket, but this one may not count. It does not. The foul on Stoynev occurred before he got to the glass. Hallgren gets called for the foul, his third, and to the free throw line goes Michael Stoynev. And before Michael can shoot free throws, we have a timeout called. So let's take a 30-second break here. It's a full timeout, so let's go 60, and we'll come back.
The KFOR Sportscasters Club presents game broadcasts, scholarships, and an all-sports recognition banquet in May. Members include John Foreman from Allstate Insurance, the Wallman family of Amish Country Showcase, Computer Renaissance, the members of First Choice Credit Union, Rodney Heminger at Hidden Valley Golf Course, Meadow Gold Dairy, Dr. Alex Kelly of South Point Chiropractic, Sylvan Learning Center, Rick Alton staff at Graham Tire Company, McCullough Landell Implement, your John Deere dealer, and Randy Daly from the Cut Hut.
The Ralph Beechners Coaches of the Year named each year by the KFOR Sportscasters Club. Members include Mark Hergenrader's American Family Insurance, Wes, Greg, Randy, and Kevin from Bowen's Plumbing, Kirk Motors Suzuki, Ernie's in Ceresco Total Home Furnishings, Golden Corral Restaurant, the members of the Home Builders Association of Lincoln, Weimers Kaufman, Nick Bucco at Walker Tire, Woods Brothers Realty, StarTran, and Tom Lawrence of Pershing Auditorium.
Minute 47 remains of this Class B championship, and Norris out in front of Pius by 6, 48-42. When we come back, Michael Stoynev, who has 17 points, will be at the free throw line for Pius, or for Norris. Stoynev with 17, 5 of that 17 from the free throw line. It's up, it's good. 18 points with 6 of the 18 from the line. 49-42 Norris. This one rattles and drops. 19 points for Michael Stoynev. 50-42, back up by 8 go the Titans. Time running short, minute 41. Heiser's got the basketball. Heiser carries it over to the left side, tries for three, it won't drop. And it's DeBoer who gets the rebound right in the middle of the lane. Throws to his right to Doctor. Doctor to Alder. Alder gets fouled in backcourt by Hallgren. Hallgren fouls him, and that will be foul number 4 on Eric Hallgren. And this puts Alder at the free throw line. Alder, a junior at 6'1", scoreless in the game. Not been at the free throw line tonight. This one's on the way, and it spins out. Ball comes to Pius. Pius down by 8 with just a minute 20 to go. Heiser throws it to Schleppenbach. Now to Wickowitz. Wickowitz penetrates the lane. Little scoop shot won't go, but he did get a foul. Doctor will be called for the foul. And that's a third on Brent Doctor. And Wickowitz will go to the free throw line. Wickowitz with 10 points tonight, but none from the free throw line. I'm not sure Noah has been to the free throw line tonight. It is on the way, and it's good. his first point for sure from the free throw line to give him 11. Has the only threes hit in the game, all 2 of them. Second one strong. The high carom comes to Yelkin, and as Yelkin caught it, he is fouled. Who's this going against? It's on Hallgren. That's going to be all she wrote for Eric. Eric Hallgren, his 5th foul, and he's out of the game. At 1:10 left. And a 7-point lead for Norris. Now let's see. About the margin that they won at Pius. About the margin that they won the district. Right in that 7, 6, 8-point range, with the exception of the Christmas tournament, which was a 3-point game. These two have had some dandy battles, but it's been Norris drawing to the top in the previous 3. And just 1:10 left to have that not be any different for a 4th time. Yelkin at the free throw line, threw that one up there too strong. It's went out to the right side. It's no good. Zach gets another one. It's on its way, and this one stays home. Yelkin scores a free throw. He has 7 points. 51-43, 1:05 to go. Heiser handles the ball. Gives to Schleppenbach. Schleppenbach drives in, and he gets Alder to come right with him, so that'll be a foul on Alder, blocking foul. Alder called for his, I think it's his 2nd. So Schleppenbach will go to the free throw line here with 59 seconds left. Left-handed push right through for Ben Schleppenbach. Ben's got 9 points, his first from the foul line. We have a timeout. Pius takes a full timeout. Let's take a 60-second break with them, and we'll come back after that.
The Vince Aldridge Sportsman of the Year is honored annually by the KFOR Sportscasters Club. Members include Tom Nichols at Auto Sounds of Lincoln, John Dean Jr. of Dean Brothers Lincoln Mercury, Jim Daubert of First Concord Benefits Group, Frosty Critchfield at Frosty's Specialty Advertising, McEwen and Odbert Remodeling and Cabinet Company, Randy's Grill and Chill, Don and Peggy from Jane Marie's Bridal Shop.
Oh, it needs emptying.
From State Farm Insurance Company, and your locally owned hometown bank, Westgate Bank, member FDIC.
The high school sport tradition continues on KFOR. Sportscasters Club members include Doug Freifels of Action Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Larry King and Larry Loomis from Awards Unlimited, Outback Steakhouse, Security Financial Life, Bruce Melikar at Melikar, Jim Carrier from Lester Electrical of Nebraska, Dwight Keith of KPMG CPAs, Gary and Jan from Merhart Furniture, Cornhusker Billiard and Barstool Gallery, and Rothschild's Men's Clothing.
Okay, we're back, and Schleppenbach will be at the free throw line here for Pius. He made the first attempt. Here comes the second one, and just like the first, it's up and in. 10 points now for Schleppenbach. It's 51-45, back to a 6-point separation as Yelkin tries to bring the ball up. He gets fouled in backcourt. So Yelkin will go to the line, and I'm not sure who they called the foul on. So this is called on Tyler Morrison. Tyler just came in the game, and he gets a foul. And Yelkin goes to the free throw line and sinks the free throw. Zach Yelkin has 8 points after that made free throw. Now he's got 9 as both are made, and it's 53-45, and back to an 8-point lead for the Norris Titans. Here's Wickowitz. Wickowitz gives it up to Morrison. Tyler Morrison thrown up on top to Heiser. As Heiser caught it, we have a foul. Behind the arc. Heiser will go to the free throw line with 44.2 seconds to go. 53-45, Norris in front, 44 seconds left. Heiser heads to the free throw line. Heiser with 6 points so far tonight. Been averaging about 13. This one rattles, but it stays home. A third made free throw for Mark Heiser in this game. Puts it at 43-46. Second one, he got it. 53-47. Back to a 6-point separation. But time of the essence at 40 seconds. And quickly, Pius fouls. We'll head to the other side. That is called on Wikowitz. That's a second foul on Noah Wikowitz. And who's going to the free throw line? Yelkin will go back to the free throw line. Last time up there, he got both of them. 40.4 seconds remains. Foul shot good. That Norris crowd across the way, and the students off to the left will let you know if they're good. He missed the second one, but didn't much. He missed it, but it is certainly a Pius possession after the miss. And here comes Pius in a hurry. Wikowitz, top of the key, off to Heiser. Heiser pulls in, and we have a blocking foul as Heiser comes in. Taking it was Scott DeBoer. DeBoer hoping it would be a charge, but it goes the other way. It's a block. And Heiser goes to the free throw line here with a 54-47 lead, a 7-point lead for the Titans. Here's the foul shot from Heiser. This one spins out. Won't go. 30.8 remains. Here comes the second attempt from Heiser. This one does go. One of the two. And here comes Yelkin again. Passes it ahead to Stoynev. Stoynev, bank shot is good. Stoynev gets the bank shot. 56-48. 20 seconds to go. Norris watches. Holy moly. Ben Schleppenbach nailed a three from way up on top. 56-51, but down to 8 seconds to go. And we have a, did he step out or was there a foul? I think a foul on Schleppenbach right at the division line. So Schleppenbach gets called for a foul. That'll be his second. It'll be Norris's ball with 4.9 seconds left. And Yelkin to the free throw line. And the Norris folks across the way are sensing a third championship. A third B championship. It's on the way from Yelkin. It's up. It's good. The first one came in 1979, back when Jerry Schmuddy was coaching. Then in 95, under Kurt Carlson. And again here's a three-pointer hit by Heiser. Heiser pulled down and knocked down another three to make it a 3-point separation, but the bottom line is once again Norris beats Pius 10th, and it's 4 times this year. That's unbelievable. Very hard to beat a team 4 times, or maybe even 3, and they've done both. 57-54, the third B championship heads to Norris. And we'll take a 60-second break and come back.
For over 4 decades, the KFOR Sportscasters Club has supported Lincoln's outstanding high school athletes. These Sportscasters Club members are proud to bring you this broadcast. Union Bank, Dennis, Doug, and Don Biggerstaff at Biggerstaff Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Sylvan Learning Center, Tom Tracy Jr. at Tracy's Body Shop. Nebraska Health and Human Services, the employees of Mr. Emoto Lawn and Tree Service. Brisanti's Casual Italian Restaurant. Perry Bow of Design Resource Print and Website Development, and John Barker from The Stiff.
3 generations of high school athletes have been supported by the KFOR Sportscasters Club. These members are pleased to bring you this broadcast. Rothschild's Men's Clothing, Fifth and Mark Stevens of Bob Stevens and Associates, R.J. and Harry Lifford of General Fire and Safety Equipment Company, John Highland from Highland Brothers Lumber Company, Meadow Goldberg, Jim White of the North 40 Golf Complex, Weird Wally at Wally's Used Cars, Kent of Kent's Men's Shoes, and Wells Fargo Bank of Nebraska, member FDIC.
Back here at the Devaney Center, it's all over, and Norris wears the Class B crown as the 92nd Annual Boys State High School Basketball Tournament comes to a close here in 2002, and it closes with Norris winning over Pius 10, 57-54. I also thought I just heard the announcement made that they also won the Sportsmanship Award for the B schools in here in this tournament. But they win the ball game tonight, 57-54, and looking back on it, Pius got off to a really great start in the first period, 18-8. But then things started to swing during the second period. And it was in that second period that Norris outscored Pius 19-8 and went ahead at the halftime break 27-26. It was just a 3-point separation at the end of 41-38. But it was during that shift right there that put Norris in front, and from that point on, Pius did not see the lead again. They led only at the end of the first period, 18-8, trailed by 1, then by 3, and still trailed by 3 at the end. But it was during that swing, during the second period, that the most damage was done, and Pius really just never recovered from it. They spent the rest of the game trying to get it back over the hump, and it just didn't happen. Great ball game between the two once again. But for 4 straight times this season, certainly Norris has had the Pius number as they win the B championship here tonight. We'll take another 60-second break, come back and look at the individual scoring before we call it a night.
From 1956 until now, the KFOR Sportscasters Club has provided Lincoln with the best in high school sports coverage. These members are bringing you this broadcast. Kurt Keckley and Paul Peterson from Daubert and Butler Associates. Ron Leifert from Leifert Concrete Construction. Kep and Steve Harding from Kep Harding Sports Shops. Len Straub from Jim's Home Health Supply. Outback Steakhouse. Howard Tilgus of the Optical Gallery. Nancy Burgess Smith of Woods Brothers Realty. Nidick Open MRI of Lincoln. And Jerry and Jim Williamson of Williamson Auto Center.
The KFOR Sportscasters Club has been supporting high school athletics for over 40 years. Members include Ralph Malloy from the University Place Dairy Queen, McEwen and Odbrick Modeling and Cabinet Company, Roger Milnitz and Brian McPike of Massachusetts Mutual and Compro, Nebraska State Patrol Foundation, Bud Sattel and Carol Chappell of Sattel's Printing and Duplicating, Forsyth Insurance, Lincoln's Insurance Supermarket, Roger Leising at Taco Inn Restaurants, Gary and Pam Rohanick from Woggy Drive, Craig Johnson at Wayne's Body Shop, and First Plymouth Church has faith in the youth of Lincoln.
Back here at the Devaney Center, let's run through the unofficial scoring tonight. First, we'll start with Pius, who drops the game tonight by 3, 57-54. 12 points tonight, leading the way by 1 was Ben Schleppenbach with 13 points. Schleppenbach with 13. Mark Heiser follows with 12. Noah Wickowitz had 11. Also with 11, Eric Hallgren. And Joseph Easley had 6. That takes care of well, I left out 1 point here that went to Tim Hannigan from the free throw line. So that's how the scoring went for Pius 10th in this Class B championship game. Now for Norris. Norris had 3 players in doubles, led by Michael Stoynev with a 19. Stoynev again leads the way with 19 points. With 14 was Brent Doctor. With 11 was Zach Yelkin. 4 for Scott DeBoer. 6 for David Callan. And 1 for Luke Hansen. So that's how the scoring goes for Norris. Quite a battle. I was happy to see a couple of them. I saw the game that was in the regular season over at Pius, and then had a chance to see Norris all the way through the tournament, and with the exception of the opening game with Gearing, which Dick Janda handled for us on our sister station, KLMS, got to see both of these through the tournament. And it was, it came down. They seed them 1 and 2, and oftentimes it never turns out that way, but it did in a couple of cases in this tournament, in A and in B for sure, and certainly kind of lived up to its billing, and Norris pulls away and wins it 57-54. Well, that ends our high school play-by-play season 2 for the KFOR Sportscasters Club for the 2001 and 2 school years. We'll close down shop on the play-by-play factory and All that remains is our All-City Recognition Banquet on Tuesday, May the 7th, when we'll honor student athletes and coaches, and that will be at the Cornhusker Hotel at 6:30 on Tuesday, May the 7th. And that'll, of course, be our close of business for this year, but we'll be back and do it all over again in the fall with the football season and basketball to follow. So until then, this is Chuck Stevens. So long. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to the 2002 Boys State Basketball Tournament from KFOR 1240.
Okay, thanks, Stephen.
This broadcast was brought to you by Biggerstaff Plumbing, Heating, and Air, Grand Tire, Leach Camper Sale.
Got your Norris shirt on, smart man. Me too. 7 years ago, I had to bring her back out. Huh? That's right. Yeah. Been hanging in the closet since then. Well, hell, you're lucky it still fits. Oh,